Hello everyone, so picking off where the last were, as it turns out, the location for the bronze ornamental hammer that we needed is just here, and you can find it there. You can also craft this one, but I'm not sure at what level the weaponsmith has to be. I think it's probably around the 10 to 15 level, if not higher. So I just opted to buy it. It was cheap enough. And so that is why we couldn't turn in that quest over there before, and I am going the wrong direction. We need to go this way. And so we'll just turn in that main scenario quest first, and then we'll pick up those side quests that I didn't start during the last video, as I stammer. Okay, so just zooming in here, and we'll talk to Marks here. I can convert the alembic into a makeshift oven, but only once you have brought me that hammer. And bronze ornamental hammer. Thank you, Celebrian. It shan't take more than a day, I believe. It's strange. I know I must have learned these skills long ago, but I haven't the foggiest when and where that was. And of course we get another one of these goofy sets, but we'll just go for the belt there. And apparently the next scenario quest is out here. But first, I'm going to pick up the side quest over here. Barian. There is an air of mystery about Brother Barian, who he would bid you help him with a gift. So generous is Father Illud to so many he feeds, He feeds, clothes, and physics them tirelessly. Yet he has none to do for him what he does for others. I would show him my appreciation with a special gift, but sadly my meager purse is not enough. Will you speak to the other brothers and sisters and see whether they too feel as I do? I have made arrangements with Armagard, who runs a concern at Camp Drybone. If you are successful in raising the funds, will you deliver the guild to her? I suppose I can do just that. And oh, I guess it's first talking in there. As we jump over the pews. Be silent and take my gill. Pray forgive my outburst, madame. It is only that I owe Father Illud my life, and an opportunity to give him something, no matter how small, sets my spirit afire. And we need to... well, since I'm here, I might as well pick up the main scenario quest here. Ilkum would like to offer succor to the priests at Church of St. Adama Landama. Excuse me, Celebrian. You don't know me, but I've observed you assisting the priests with their work. I too would like to offer what succor I might. Since tending the leech yard in this heat can quickly sap one's energies, perhaps a restorative drink made to combat fatigue would be ideal. Of course, Aqua del Sol, that would surely do the trick. To make it, I would need a freshly cut Brazo del Sol. I've not the skill at arms to lay a wild Sabotander del Sol, but you do, so... You need only go as far as the spring east of Camp Drybone. The beasts are often sighted in that vicinity. If you brought me one of their arms, I would make enough Aqua del Sol for everyone. So I guess that's where we're going to be going shortly. After I talk to someone whom I'm supposed to talk to. Of course I can't jump over. Let's try it this way. There we go. I'm guessing they're underground somewhere. And by underground I mostly mean somewhere over this way. Nope, nope, yep. Zozaru. A gift for Father Illud? Of course. It does not take thought to see the good in him. It warms my heart that Brother Baron would go to such trouble. Thank you both for your efforts. And we are to deliver the guild to... Were they in there too, or are they out here? Or are they in here? Aha. Megard. Greetings, Celebrian. Brother Baron said you might be coming by. A gift for Father Illud, he said. Sack of Gil. A heavy leather pouch entrusted to you by Brother Esmore. It must contain hundreds of coins. And Sack of Gil, a heavy leather pouch entrusted to you by Sister Zozaru. You cannot begin to guess how much coin it might contain. The good father must be a man much beloved from the weight of these sacks. I have given this matter much thought. A consignment of high-quality spices arrived just this day. Mayhaps cinnamon cookies would suit? I have received many a kind word from my customers about my cookies, if I may say so. I've always observed the good father lingered in my store whenever a fresh batch was to be smelt coming out of the oven. But the only times he spent his gil on cookies and cakes, it was for the children of lost hope. Well, that would probably be a good thing. And it's raining. Yay! I say sarcastically. We'll head out to do the main scenario quest first, because I expect we'll probably have to venture back into Camp Drybone area again. Anyway, so. It helps if I head in the right direction. Normally. And I see a glowy purpley misty thing. Something tells me nothing's good's gonna happen. Yeah, it's just gonna be that saboteur thing. And a very slow survey. You hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet. Sapatender del Sol. Oops, I was not fast enough. My bad. And once again, I have not turned that on. In this case, I opted sort of for a little bit more speed, and I wasn't fast enough again. Oh well. And as I said, we have to head back in. So we'll stop over to talk to Baron, and then we'll stop to talk to Illud to give him the cinnamon cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? Especially of the cinnamon variety, and I was almost going to go the wrong way. My cat Yuki keeps bugging me. Not bugging. Seeking attention. Right, Yuki? Okay, I guess we'll talk to Ilkum first. Have you considered my request, Celebrian? Brazo del Sol, the arm of a Sabatender del Sol, the fleshy interior holds a surprising amount of fresh, drinkable water. I never imagined that you would return so quickly. Thank you so much. It's an incredibly simple beverage to prepare. If you would wait but 1 moment. There. This should serve as a sample of... Wait, don't drink it. I mean, I was hoping you might give the first glass to Marcus on my behalf. Of course, I intend to provide everyone with a glass eventually. It's just that Marcus is so... Well, surely you've noticed what a handsome man he is. Take your word for it. And... oh, right. I need to go in here. Duh. We'll talk to Illud first. Good morning to you, Celebrian. What brings you to this place? To give you a cinnamon cookie on behalf of other members. Crisp, buttery cookies dusted with a hint of fragrant cinnamon. Cinnamon cookies. What? How? Cinnamon cookies? By Thal. A gift, you say? From Brother Baron, Brother Esmore, and Sister Zozaru? Zozaru? How kind they are. I could tell them I could tell them there was no need, but our order teaches us to see a need despite the needy's disavowals. I shall thank them from my heart. I had a son, and through his happy marriage, a daughter. Well matched they were, and well met. Their house smelt of good things like this, and there was always an open peg for my cloak, and a tall glass of mint tea. When they died, I... Lovely. Oh, Celebrian, what is it? Aqua del Sol, literally meaning water of the sun. Aqua del Sol was originally brought back by expeditions to the New World far across the Indigo Deep, not long after Eurasians began making their own variation of the drink from the Sabatenders and Cactars of Thanalan. For me, thank you. Was it perhaps the girl who... No, it couldn't have been her. I appreciate Ilkum's kind gesture, but Father Elude is in far greater need of this juice. His work places great strain on his body and soul, yet he continues to neglect his health. And this time we'll talk to Baron. Baron, was Father Elude pleased? Oh, that is good. And I believe it does his heart good to give word to his sorrows. That is what we tell the bereaved in the leech yards. The grief must be both shrieked and spoken. I had heard that Father Elude had suffered a great loss in the calamity, yet his heart grows as large as a palace. And scores dwell there in the haven he makes of it. Would that some day I am half the man he is. Would that someday... Okay, I did read it right. I didn't think I read it right. Eluned. Sister Eluned is staring at you with great sadness in her eyes. I recognize you now, Celebrian. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and preparing for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. Oops. This way. So, obviously, we will speak with the merchant outside of the Waking Sands. Vesper Bay Shopkeep. Eh? You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the leech yard they go. You're thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. Oh, but we did. And then witnessed what happened. In a memory thing. 'Twas the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Darn Imperials spit. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you round here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the leech yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I've a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks starting to turn. I imagine so. And as you can see, in a not so cheerful manner, some of the fallen scion. In this case, it has us carrying 4 at a time, and realistically not possible, least of all for an individual. Disconcerted coachman. What happened to the big fella? Ah, forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. It doesn't mean you should be disrespectful to them either. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Not likely, considering one of the first 4 was a Rukiden. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. Scion corpse. How you are able to fit this stiff scion of the 7th Dawn corpse into your bag is a mystery best left unsolved. And Araxia's corpse. The sylph's peaceful expression belies the fact that she no longer lives. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver all the corpses to the leech yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell him that our work here is done. And so we'll head back to Camp Drybone. Illumined. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that, in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. First carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Sister Illumined has some difficult news to share with you. There is one thing I regret to inform you. Though we wish to inter your comrades on church grounds, the number of fallen scions far exceeded our estimates. After discussing the matter with Father Elude, we have concluded that we have no choice but to bury the dead in the same plots as those who perished in the calamity. Please forgive us. We do not wish to dishonor the memory of the fallen, but as caretakers of the Leech Yard, these are the realities we must face. Celebrian, what befell your order was an unforgivable crime. If you would have these villains brought to justice, consider making a pilgrimage to the Mark of the Warden. If you would have these villains brought to justice, consider making a pilgrimage to the Mark of the Warden. Though I do not follow the teachings of Azima, sure. It is said that to offer prayers before her mark is to invoke her divine judgment. Regardless of your faith, mayhap it would be worth the effort. And so that's over this way. Mark of the Warden. As you kneel before the Mark of the Warden, in a moment of quiet solitude, you breathe deep of the dry desert air, which is ironic because it's raining right now. The roar of the rushing waters is punctuated by the faint chirping of owlkin and the shrill cries of a hawk. Gods, however, remain silent. And now we need to return to talk to Iluned. Alrighty, and now talking to Iluned. You have honored the dead with your pilgrimage, Celebrian. Even if Azema did not hear your prayers, I believe that they provided comfort to your fallen brethren. Remember that although the body is but a vessel that must one day be surrendered to the life stream, our souls shall endure, and the righteous shall find solace in Thal's realm. Sister Iluned wishes to discuss one of the scions who perished at the Waking Sands. Although we can perform rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. And so we will head to the Black Shroud to Little Solace. Camuxio, this one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? I wish it was for good reasons. Neuraxia? But this one does not understand. Camuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace. But why? These ones have not requested for their aid. Neuraxia? How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Neuraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Some. Neuraxia. Neuraxia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones that these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. And because our return is on cooldown, we have to teleport this time. We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that, in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in the leech yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Solarian. We'll assume we had a rest. So we'll head into the Church of St. Adamalandamba. And we'll speak with Marx. Marx believes he is being watched. I'm not imagining it, Solarian. I know I'm being watched. No, not the girl. I know about her. No, this is different. Sinister. It is as if I'm under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Down there. And you know that it's purple, so it means some sort of fight. Imperial Fomentress. And unfortunately, we have to go all the way around. Which isn't all that far, but... You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he, perhaps, know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Illud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. He's standing right there. Heavens forfend. That such a thing would happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions, that he was Garlean? Imperial short sword. A standard issued blade for all Garlean infantry. What? This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marks was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the 7th Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Carteneau. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the 7th Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the 3 city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Coerthas as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
And we just got one of our new skills. And this is the time where I'm going to activate that. And shimmy it somewhat lower. And lift that up there. Because... oh, right, I have this locked. And I'll plop that up there. And I locked it again. Ay, ay, ay. There. There we go. And we'll talk to Illud. Father, Illud has some parting words for you and the others. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within her church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Celebrin. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of calamity, much like the Great Gubu Walla Vulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthas. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Coerthas. Mayhaps the serpents stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid, Celebrian. What does Elfino have to say? Whilst you were catering to the company of buffoons, is every whim... company of buffoons is... Show them respect, kid. Whilst you were catering to the company of buffoons is every whim, I was gathering information on our feathered foe. As a result, I was not present when the Garleans came. I suppose we should be grateful for our good fortune, though it matters little should Garuda grow powerful enough to bring Eorzea to heel. And Sid says, the Enterprise? I have heard that name before, but where? Well, we will find that out I didn't mean to click it, I just mean to move it some other time. Right. I will teleport there. Interesting that I couldn't hear the sound. Maybe because it was outside. There we go. And... well, I will pick up that side quest because apparently that one's new. But we will talk to the Serpent... Sergeant. I was like, Serpent something. I forgot his rank. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? Aye. I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vort at Florentel's Spire. He was on duty the day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Well, fortunately for us, we have said individual who seems to have lost his memory, though. So on the assumption he regains said memory, we're golden. Until we find the ship. So we will talk to Idristan first. Idristan is searching for an adventurer to undertake a distasteful task. The phrase that came in the Calamity's wake has rendered Coerthas nigh inhospitable. Many of the creatures that once made their homes there have been forced to migrate lest they starve. Some arrive on her doorsteps with naught else in their mind but to feed. The worst of the beasts are the jackals, who have been spotted not far from this very spire. Adventurer, we call upon your skill to dispatch these beasts before they make a meal of some unguarded traveler. This begging your pardons, fetid dodo meat will serve admirably as bait. You have come in search of Vortfart? Then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Coerthas. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Could you share it with us? Vortfart wishes to tell you of the final flight of the Enterprise. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen split the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the Calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Coerthas. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which would help, but to obtain them, you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, we may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium, though they may refuse you at first. I have little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. And we will go do the side quest first, which happens to be over here. And I'm guessing it's probably down there, but I will find out. Yep, and I... Lucky. And lucky that I'm more than 10 levels ahead of that. Otherwise I would have just died. Chocobo, help. Destination. Fetid dodo flesh. With a decent wind, the stench of rotting dodo meat can carry for mounds, attracting all manner of creatures. For that record, that scared me that I fell. I thought I was gonna die. And that's that. We will head on up to talk to Idristan, or Idristan. The dude that was over by the spire. Idriston, maybe. We are most grateful. This kind of situation would not have arisen ere the calamity came and made Coerthas nigh uninhabitable to its local fauna. With their water hoarded in vaults of ice and their herbage held under the snow, the larger beasts have become positively infernal in their need to survive. Take heed if you head northbound, for know that you are riding into battle. And we'll just go with that. And thusly, we are headed into Coerthas Central Highlands. And if you look how the environment is over here, you're about to see an incredibly different one. As I said, it's a powerful area here. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually go up to Camp Dragonhead after I talk to the main scenario quest here. And then attune to the Aetheryte. Because that's the only one in this area, actually. Yeah, that's the only one in this area, is right over there. But anyway. So you can see, it's winter here. I would also talk to the Chocobo Keep, because I believe there is one here. But, excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your service to House Durandar? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha! How absurd. As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the Observatarium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. I assumed not. Sir Ludovois is doing his utmost to intimidate you into leaving. Well, he's not going to succeed. Helen have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is, and where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of House Durandar, as is mine. And we'll just zoom. That's his uniform. And to the west is over here. But I will find the Chocobo Keep, which is up over that way. And speak with him. Or her. And so... well, I'm gonna pick up all these side quests, because we're probably gonna have to fight people in the same area. Duvikaro. I'm probably anglicizing that, even if with the Frenchness. While died and near wordless with shock, a deeply shaken Duvero seeks an intrepid sword to hunt a ravening horror. Help me, for the Ruth of Helon, help me. My caravan all are slain. Something huge and savage lunged out of the storm. The screams, You got to go and kill the swiven things. Kill it as it did my traveling companions. As long as that monster's out there, every one of our arses will be hanging out in the wind. Look sharp, adventurer. As adept as you are with your steel, whatever it was, it seemed to be everywhere at once. Red murder wreathed in white storm. That doesn't sound creepy at all. And we'll also pick up the leave mat. Cimarant, the Adventurers Guild representative for local leave quests at the Observatarium, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild leaves. Good evening to you, madame. My name is Cimarant, and I represent the interests of the Adventurers Guild here at the Observatorium. If I might be so bold, have you an interest in undertaking a guild leave or two? I believe you would find the experience most rewarding. But it pains me to say that I would first administer a trial leave. I must beg your forgiveness for my premature proposal. This leave should serve well as a test. If you're willing to accept it, please do so now. And a pair of foul things tried to get at our Bessie this morning. The more worldly among us named them Red Avis, minions of the Dragon Horde. For their crime, they must be killed post-haste. Bessie is... as a lizard draw goes by. For their crime, they must be killed post-haste. Bessie is our sheep, a dear friend to the observatorium, as well as the source of all our milk and curd. You may wish to get some Baratine croc meat to use it as bait, though that might be easier said than done. And of course, we'll accept it. You have my most humble thanks, madame. The dragons and their minions have terrorized my homeland for generations, and we appreciate all who would aid our cause. To attract the two beasts which threaten dear Bessie, you must slay Snapjaws, and use their meat as bait. This method is far from foolproof, though, and I fear it may even attract other ravenous creatures. You are probably right, sir. And we will pick up the other one that is, I believe, in here. Oh, hi Sid and Alphino. Are you sure I've come here before? This place feels completely foreign to me. I had hoped that the sights and sounds of Coerthas might rekindle Sid's memories, but it seems that the changes wrought by the calamity have removed all trace of the familiar. Nevertheless, I will continue my efforts to rehabilitate our friend. In the meantime, Slorbian, I expect you to learn what you can of the Enterprise. Those are very bright blue bottles. Anyway. Turns out I'm wrong. The quest is probably over this way and or in here. Nope, not in here. Is that a door? Nope. I should have known that. Okay, well it's this way. So I'm guessing it's over on this side. Aha, there you are. Oh, you have two quests. Marceline. Marceline's teeth are chattering from something other than cold, and he has the beseeching look of one seeking an adventurer's cure to a nasty ill. I need to talk to you, adventurer. I was down on the snow house keeping out of the wind when I heard whispers. I swear it on the lives of my chocobos. I couldn't see anyone in there, but I'm sure I heard something. Go and see who 'twas, else I know how I'll sleep at night. Or sleep tonight. Still. Torn between curiosity and scorn, Marceline would report an odd sighting. I can't see as how I ought to care, but I saw a fellow out throwing snowballs at a snowman. Why anyone engage in such jabbering in the cold, I can't rightly say. Might not gathered and lost more than he found is my guess. You better make sure that don't happen to you, lass. Not that I know precisely what happened, mind ya. What's that? Me? Ask? I got my chocobos to see, too. If Duvicoreau wants to upend his head soup on the snow, I can't see what business of mine it'd be. Yep, that's his name, Duvicoreau. I don't know. He sells things, goes places. Don't seem like no kind of life to me, begging pardon. You want to see him? I reckon he's somewhere about. Yeah, he's over here. We were just talking to him. Hello. Walking softly, eh, adventurer? Those around here think I'm winter trunk, I'll wager. Ha! Never seen a snow toss before, the lazy byblows. Sit on your arse in front of a poor fire too long, and soon you've got the swivin' white knuckles. You'll sleep the better for tossing the snowballs, without needing Lady Mead or Mistress Ale to sing the lullaby. What do you say, eh? Why not give it a try? It's as simple as you'd imagine. Just reach on down, grab some of the powdery white, and throw. You've learned the emote, throw. Just because we could. Hello, I are snowman, man of snow. Dripping we is. Our hold on life slipping. Said I are. So many dreams we had. Rally my spirits, won't you? Ere the final. Or finale. Rally. Helps if I spell correctly. Yeah, we haven't lost our marbles. Profane you do our pain with a rally so mundane. As to shelter with a booth, my ice-bound heart to do... Oh la la. Profane you do our pain with a rally so mundane. As to shelter with a booth, my ice-bound heart do soothe. Willing I are to take the top billing, a battery of gallantry from the artillery of flattery. Cheer us until dry are the tears. Oops. Like me, you do, really twice does lightning strike. Kiss me, friend, if us you'll miss. Throw it, though not nice to smooch on snow. Whoop. Yeah, we haven't lost our marbles at all. Farewell, adventurer, so many troubles you quell. Peace we is at. Drunk we have life to the lees. Bye-bye, world. All that lives must someday die. Must someday die. Yeah, we didn't lose our marbles at all. When when there's more snow on the ground than hot meals on the table, all you can do is join Devereaux in a little snow toss. You learned the motion. How about we have ourselves some fun with it? Huh? Have some fun with it, huh? Reach on down into the powder and throw a good sized lump at me. Hard as you can. Though make sure you take aim first, eh? Much as I'd get a good laugh of it, I doubt Devereaux here would fancy a face full of snow. Now I'm kind of tempted to aim for him. Oh, too far away. Oof! Ha ha ho! You've got an arm to write songs about. Bet that felt good, eh? Ha! Cold hands, warm heart. That's the secret to long living. Really, there ain't much more to do. More to it. Just throw where there's snow underfoot. Of course, if you try to do the same on other kinds of grounds, you'll end up with a fistful of nothing, and where's the gain in that? Anyhow, what I like to do is toss snowballs at snowmen. That way you can hurl them as hard as you fancy. Snowmen don't mind. They're made of the same stuff, eh? Go on, give it a go. Try throwing at the snowman right outside. And the snowman outside is over here. Snowman. He's got a hat. And a really happy grin. It would make you feel bad that he's throwing snow at him. Here is throwing. Should I eat? Maybe I eat. No, I know. Eat dummy dummy. Dummy dummy throw like zero. Only become yummy yummy if throw like hero. Aim is yummy yummy. Still much to fear though. Hero not here. Throw to me again. Yoo-hoo-hoo! Finally a throw of a hero. Oh, yummy. No, there's snow on my boots. I happy now. You have boots? Snow tossed, hero made. I tired, need to sleep. Don't worry what they say. They call you crazy. Revolutionaries always get called crazy. Yep. Do 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 do. There you are. You were at it a while. Nothing like a little hoarfrost on the nose air, eh? Snowmen talked, you say? Don't see how. I rolled the thing myself, and it wasn't like I engaged a swiven white mage. Now you go lie down a spell and don't go saying nothing to them inside. They'll figure you winter drunk for sure. They might even put you in for a leeching. Come by for another snow toss when you're feeling less fanciful. This darned winter can't last forever, but if it does, maybe I'll start a snow toss tourney, see if I can make a gill or two. And we'll turn in that other side quest. Miss Sloan, did you find out who was talking? I can see from your aspect you did. A snowman? You don't say. And speaking in rude posy. I see. Now someone's having a bit of fun with both of us. Likely some young'uns. Haha. I'll rest easy now, I can tell you that. And we got a nice cluster. Anyhow, so now I will go and do the 2 quests that are over here, then I'll backtrack to the leave quest and do that. And I won't quite head up to Camp Drinkin' Head just yet. And I actually need to go up here. Snow pup. Oops, and we're spotted. Yield overnight. I guess we're safe until we talk to him. Yield overnight. Oops. Why don't you respond? Oh, maybe because I entered there on a mount. There we go. Quoted a Selter. And if you notice, there's a slight bit of change in the battle music. Yield overnight. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving jerks. Spit. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, Fare thee well, friend. Okay, so we will go to this quest there. Ignoring the wolves. House Sterndare Guard. What's your guts to say? Well met, brave adventurer. We are Knight of House Sterndare, tasked with guarding the observatorium to the east. We make our way there now in response to an urgent report claiming that a band of giants has descended from the Nail, most likely in search of fire or food, and are headed directly for the wall encampment. We have been training to fend off attacks as these, but are not so foolish as to turn down any help that might present itself. What say you? Join us and add another verse to the song the bards will once day sing of our deeds? Ah, I see. That's for the fate. Blood-stained snow. Now, what do we get to fight here? Apparently, White Death. A furry squirrel-looking thing. Whatever that is. Voila. We will now head up over this way to do... Actually, we'll just head back in there. Because I venture we'll probably have to head back that way. Ludevois. Ludevois. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to a tradition. That does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse the records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Admiel. A person. Which is up over here. And we will introduce ourselves to Admiel. Ah, the lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludevois be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Duravonian activities, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlamart up above. And now we get to climb up there. Unfortunately, I can't really view up higher, but you get to run. It's actually easier to show you how high that is just from that. From looking down. And here's the first level. Sort of. If you can call it a level. Just to give you an idea. Oh, wow. Move down a bit, but that's how far. I do not recommend jumping down. And here we are into the first real level, I say. For Lamart. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling of what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war, which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halon's will. Or Halon's will. Southron? What? I will not put our great nation at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship, of all things. Ghoulain. Pardon the intrusion, Forlamont. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Ghoulain, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durandare's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Coerthas 5 years ago, yes? You come to us in an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. Though the snows can come quickly in Coerthas, one moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Durandare in that fashion. Thank you, madame. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Josiah is attempting to attract your attention. You there, madame. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. That much we can do. And yeah, so when I first did this quest, I wasn't paying attention to how far the drop was, and I kind of fell. Because it was kind of awkward to maneuver around and stuff. But anyway, I fell and ended up dying. And unfortunately, where I spawned was my home point, which was, I believe, Camp Drybone at the time. And so I hadn't attuned to the Aetheryte in Camp Dragonhead there. So I had to run all the way back here. Which is why, after I turn in this side quest, I will actually head upwards to the Aetheryte there. To Vekaro, just in case I do die. Which I don't expect I will, but you never know. All killed by this wee thing? Huh. I took the span of its sleep for the span of a giant's limbs. A corrupt little rotter, killing far more than it could hope to eat. Where's the gain in that? Well, I'm obliged to you. You get to know them who travel the trade routes with you. Good men they were, every last one. Maybe not that tall fellow from Gridania. We could have spared him easily. I'm glad to have settled the hash of that murdering pocket fiend. That sounded lovely. You're willing to sacrifice some Gridanian? Some people. So we will head on up to Camp Dragonhead just so I can attune and have that set as my home point, because I'm guessing that we will be here for a while. And then on my way back down, I will pick up these two quests, and then I'll do them because they're probably somewhere around this area. And then I will do the lead quest, and then I will head over to the main scenario quest. So those are the crocodiles that we need to kill eventually. But as you can see, as long as you follow this path, it's pretty clear. There are some fates that spawn here. I believe also there. So you just kind of want to be a little careful of that. But otherwise, it's fairly nice. Nice and easy. And obviously we have quests in here, but I will save those for once we actually get to this area, because yes, we indeed will get to this area. I'll also talk to the Chocobo Keep, which is over there. And set this as our home point. And yes, we'll leave those for now. So I'll head back. And this is one thing that gets very easy. Go in the wrong direction, because there's a gate there, and a gate there. And I think there's another back-end gate somewhere. But yeah. Very confusing sometimes. It's also very pretty. So we will pick up the quest over here first, because we need to head up there. Sylvan Tell. A man may die of want in a fort as well as a hovel, and Sylvan Tell has need of an adept hunter to help victual the locks. The common folk of Ishgard know to seek shelter in Skyfar locks whether the dragons attack in force, or whenever the dragons attack in force. Each stronghold must be victualed with these extra mouths in mind. Will you help secure meat and sheepskin for the Karakuls that roam the snowy plains? These stockpiles will mean the difference between life and death for the helpless folk under our protection. When the sheep are skinned and dressed, make your deliveries to strongholds and watchtowers. Every morsel and every shield against the cold counts no matter how small. I hate how some doors just blend right in. Obviously that's up there, so I guess I won't do that just yet. Because we'll probably have to head that way, but I will at least pick them up. The quests, that is. And the next one is right here. Prayer Ilo. Needs a favor of you, and the chagrin it causes him is almost payment enough for the job. It galls me to ask for the help of an adventurer, yet I cannot leave the fort. Not now, darn it. You are eager to do a service. Is that not right, Sir Adventurer? There is some urgent need for firewood, and you would gain much by assisting us. The area around Skyfire Locks never lacks for firewood. Collect 8 bundles and deliver them to Stepanot on the East Hill. Well, we will do this because it's, well, pretty easy. Firewood. And another one over here, and then 2 more over there, and 1 at least there. And 3, 4 over there. So there's 1 more somewhere I can't see yet. Make that none. I see them all now. And yes, you have footprints in the snow, including your chocobo. They look kind of awkward right now because we're on a hill. And the other one is over here. And then we need to give these to someone in here. I think it's the same guy we just picked up the quest from. Nope, it's... this one. Stefano. Take your time, you sniveling wayface. Firewood? Who told you to bring firewood, whelp? What happened to the fresh supplies from Camp Dragonhead? And stand up straight when I address you. I ain't no soldier. Firewood. This wood have been dried and chopped. This wood has been dried and chopped and is ready to toss on a fire. Fie, I mistook you for another. I sent out a recruit some time ago to take delivery of relief supplies. You came all this way to bring more fuel? I bid you thanks. 'Tis no comfort we seek, and seek, you understand, but life. The cold is too relentless to go long without fire. I give thanks for your service, but Coerthas is no place for those who lack discipline and faith. You will perish, and in doing so mayhap endanger the crusade. And then apparently he has a quest for us. Stefano has no love for adventurers, but beggars cannot be choosers, and your help is urgently needed. He should be back by now, even if he had to wait out the worst of the storm. Could he have wandered into the North Road? That way roam feral crocs. Ahem. Adventurer, I sent a runner to Camp Dragonhead, but he is many hours overdue. I fear he has lost his way. Green recruit that he is. I would prevail upon you to fetch him back. Okay. And that's up there again, so I will do those quickly. And then I'll come back down to the leave quest. And then I will do the main scenario quest. So a little bit of change of plans again. Oh, I was gonna go like that. Those look lovely, don't they? We obviously need to go here. Magicked Blade. Feral Croc. I forgot my... There we go. And then I need to kill these sheep. I kind of don't like killing these ones because they kind of look cute. See that? Look at that face. Look at that cute little face. And it's so fluffy. And its sound is so cute. That'd be food. Ah, and now you can see there's one of the pates that I was referring to that has spawned there. So once I have my rogue, soon to be ninja, a few more levels up, because right now it is level 30, I will probably use that for a few videos. Because right now the main scenario quest only requires level 36. And as you can see, I'm level 38, soon about... oh. Oh. Run away, run away, run away! And I'm soon, about halfway to level 38, and soon I expect with some of the side quests I'll be level 40, which isn't a bad thing. But just this way I have other classes to play in the meantime. And then I will work on my Conjurer and or Arcanist so that I can have Scholar unlocked, which is my preferred class for healing, as I'm more familiar with it. And I didn't intend to click on the chocobo, but since I did, I may as well ride it. Alrighty, and we need to deliver this here. Fresh mutton loin. Mutton any fresher would still be attached to their caracol's back. Caracal skills. Soft and fluffy, the skin would go perfect in front of a fireplace. What do they expect us to do with such poultry? Forgive me, I speak out of turn. You have done your duty, and a great service it is to us, for we are short of men. It is the enemy that weighs on me, snow rather than fire. I like how my shield is kind of floating in the air. And I ran past where I needed to stop. And the same thing, the mutton and the scallion. Thank you kindly, Celebrian. We are without the man we need. Tirland. We are without the men we need to lay in extra supplies, so thin are we stretched by the terrors of this winter. Adventurers such as yourself were sent by Helone herself. Would that the commander see the truth of it. Indeed. And we'll head over this way. Actually, I will deliver those because I believe we have to turn it in up there anyway. So it makes sense to save that trip until last. Prayer law. And mutton skin. How like Sylvantel to entrust as important a task as this to an adventurer. You, at least, can be trusted to complete the work you are given, but still. I thank you for the delivery. You may go. You're welcome, sir. And since we're in the vicinity, I may as well do also the leave quest. Once I head over this way. Cestino. Mutton skin. I thank you for these. 'Tis miserable work dressing so many beasts in a cold such as this. Would that this meat were for a feast to celebrate a victory. I hear the unbelievers grow bold, hampered as we are by the snow. I pray that we are not defeated by cold and hunger ere we can meet the dragons in battle. And the quest is here, so saving Bessie. And we need to kill the crocodile. Snapjaw. And we get the meat, and use berries and croc meats. And we get the red Avis. A dragon thing. Oops. I forgot my thing was on cooldown. And by thing, I meant stun. Oh, I see. It's level 40, that's why. And my weapon is in need for an upgrade. Don't think I have anything equipped or in my inventory to upgrade it to, but I will check after this fight. Just in case if I was just forgetting to do so. And there we go. That was fast. We'll go with no. I forgot I could have teleported, but I need to go that way again anyway. I do have a better belt, but... These are technically better only because of their bonuses, but I'm sticking with those. Because I don't feel like glamoring everything all the time. And we need to go in here. And we'll talk to Silva and Ted first. My gratitude, adventure. The rocks upon which Ishgard is built are less stellar than we could ever have thought 5 years ago. There has never been such a time as this. The shadows gather with electricity, and we must make whatever preparations we can. Stefano. Ah, adventure. Where is that tomfool? If he's lost something to frostbite, he has none to blame but himself. And fortunately, he is no longer with us. Lux silver is not always silver, but most of the time it's silver. Silvery ring. That's an amusing description. This is the boy's ring. What is the meaning of this? A feral croc? Are you certain? He could simply have dropped it. I'll not stand for surmise when the boy's honor... What? Yes, he had ginger hair. Oh, for the ruth of Helon. He was a good lad, a fire to take his place in the war against the dragons, to die so ignominiously instead. I could not tell his sire, yet to lie to a fellow knight about his own son, 'tis more than I can tease out right now. You sense there is a pact of sorts between you and Stefan now, and he gives every indication that he has another mission for you. I mislike adventures as well, you know, but the wretched death on the North Road binds us together. It is the will of the Fury. After much reflection, I have decided to send you to Camp Dragonhead with the ring for Theobalid, the boy's father. It ill becomes a knight to prevaricate, but I have added the boy's name to the patrol that was lost to dragons. You must tell Theobalin that his son died gloriously in battle. Let his name not stand in shame. He deserves better. And we won't turn that quest in just yet. We will actually go and do the main scenario quest, which is heading over that way. And then we'll head back to first dicasterial observatorium of ethereal and astrological phenomena. That is a very big long name. And I sounded wooden speaking it because I was making sure I pronounced things correctly, even though that sounded really awkward. We'll just call it the observatorium. Until I say observatarium instead. Leviosa, Leviosa. And as you can see, we have some Ixal here. And if I'm lucky, you can... Oh, okay, we're good. I was thinking I was gonna get detected because I was... Oh, well, I need to kill you, so you get over here. Thank you. I may as well kill him. That was easy. Oh, that was even easier. Established astrologian. Oh, I guess I have to shimmy myself down there. Eating. What a relief to see someone other than stupid birdmen. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again before I froze to... You don't look very hidden. In fact, I would have hidden over here behind the bush, you know. Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House of Durandare cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madame. Well, fine. Go to the Ixal's death. And no, if you're wondering, you can't fall down here. And so we'll head back over there. And it doesn't matter if they spot us this time, because we will be running away anyway. And so we'll head over there. If you see, that's the observatorium, and how tall it is, and some random bird, and some random thing at the top. Okay, so I will turn in the side quest, or the leave quest, I guess, first. Leave met. The Leaf Watchers spoke of your skill and valor on the field. Please accept this reward for your services. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It has been an honor and privilege, madame. I pray we can count on your services in the future. Probably. There we go. And now we need to head back into the observatorium. To talk to Josiah, who is all the way back up there. I get dizzy. That's why I tend to... Well, you could ride up with a mount, but I'm always so cautious of getting too close to the edge and then falling. Josiah, the arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers of knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you've already aided your own cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Duranian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium's records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Bertelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandale carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you will have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. So, I guess that's what we will do. And then there is a way for a bit of a shortcut, is Jumping down there. No, I wasn't gonna jump. But I could jump here. But you see, that little jump, and that's how much damage it did. You would probably have 1 health point left, but I take that risk. Once you're a much higher level, it's not a big deal. You have more health than what you would lose if you fell, so. Portelaine. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you. No. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you will have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? I would indeed. And I wouldn't be too objective to it. Lord Portelaine requires that you perform a 3rd task on behalf of House Durandare. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Helen Art, further improving the chances that they'd indulge your request for aid. And we need to head over that way. But I will leave that for now, and I will continue on in the next video. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.